He called this land Flatland. What could we learn as enlightened 3Ders if we were to spend time observing those trapped in 2 dimensions? How, if you lived in 2 dimensions, would you experience something that had 3 dimensions? What if you were trapped in Flatland and all you had was height and width? And what if you encountered a 3-dimensional object? What if my ring passed through your 2-dimensional world? What if a 3-dimensional ring passed through this flat 2-dimensional world? If this ring was able to pass through this marker board, how would they see it? Imagine when it first touched, it would be a point. Then as it continued to go through, the point would turn into a line, and then it would turn into 2 lines, and then when the ring was halfway through, it would appear as 2 different lines, and then if it kept going, the lines would come back together, point, and then it would be gone, correct? Because you talk about this all the time with your friends. You're out at a restaurant. I was thinking the other day, napkin, ring, I don't know. Now, how would these 2 process what they just experienced? How would the 2 of them, if that happened? Did you see that? A little weird, wasn't it? What was that? I don't know. Well, what did you see? Well, I saw a point, and it turned into a line, then it turned into 2 lines, and then the lines got farther and farther apart, then they came back together, 1 line, point, and then it was gone. I know. I think it was something more. Well, what do you mean? I think it might have been a ring. What do you mean? It almost has, to me, a certain Monty Python. A ring? I do say. A ring? Yeah, I think that the point, line, point, I think that was actually something more. Well, have you ever seen a ring? No. Ever seen a picture of a ring? No. Ever held a ring? No. Never been to Ringville? No, you haven't. So, no, you know what all it was? Point, line. That's all I need to know. Line, point, gone. That's all it was. I don't know. I just, do you have any evidence? No. Do you have any proof? No. Any photos? No. Anything in a lab you can test? No. So this person ends up having to use words like, I don't know, I just sense, feel, trust, believe, have faith. And so the experience of the ring actually reveals 2 vastly divergent worldviews. The one person immediately shifts into Flatland is all we have. It's all we can prove. It's all we know. It's all we can document. And so it's all we have the empirical evidence for. The one person essentially becomes what's called reductionistic. All it was point, line, point, gone. And they can argue very persuasively because this person can't come up with any tangible evidence. And so their worldview is essentially, it's all it is, there's nothing more, don't be all weird. And this person is left in the awkward position of maybe being definitively convinced that that was a ring, and yet all they can do is talk about nudges and hints and senses and feelings and beliefs and maybe even have to use words like faith. What if I really wanted to mess with them and I just jammed my hand right through their world? Well, my fingers are of different length and of different thickness, so my fingers would appear at slightly different times, and they would produce circles, and those circles would be of slightly different circumferences and diameters. So the one could say, did you see that? Yeah. I think all those 5 circles, I think they're all related. What? They came at different times? They're different sizes? No, I think it was the hand of Ra. And once again, the person with the reductionist viewpoint is they came at different times, they're of different sizes. You have to give up this mythic, superstitious nonsense. All you have is a couple rings, circles that don't have any relation to each other. And the other one sounds like they've completely lost their mind, but in fact, they are dead on right.